Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island Season 8 Episode 33. It's your girl Valerie again. Oh my god, it's drama, drama, drama. It never ends on Love Island. And I'm still going to say I am frustrated in the sense that it seems every episode the producers sort of pick a limited number of people that they choose to focus on, and then everybody else gets a few seconds here and a few seconds there, and it doesn't make sense, especially if they're going to open it up to the public to vote, because some of these people have come from Casa Amor. No one has barely seen them sort of interact as couples, and suddenly you're expected to vote for your favorite couple. It doesn't make sense to me. That's just my opinion. I'll review the couples and we'll see how it goes. I know I was hyping up Jay and China in my last review, and it's sad to see that Jay hasn't learned his lesson, in the sense that he wants to go back to his ways of chasing after girls that are not available. I think he's seen that Paige is now free because she and Jax have hit the rocks, and so I think this is why he suddenly decided that, oh no, China and I are more of friends than anything else. And I hope he doesn't regret his decision. If nothing else, I hope they don't send China home, but I've got a funny feeling that China is going home because Jay and China are going to be in the bottom two. I wish he had given her more of an opportunity, but hey, that's his loss. And then Paige and Jax. Well, Paige and Jax, it was bound to happen. Anyway, it's karma, in my opinion, because as I've said before, it's karma coming back to bite Paige because of the way she treated Danica after the Islanders voted. She did find out, and it's sad that Jax used Molly on national TV to embarrass her the way he did, because he gave her false hope and then threw her away and said it is what it is, and then moved back to Paige. And I don't know how he expected Paige to just accept that and say, okay, no, that's fine, let's carry on. And so Paige is still upset with Jax at the fact that, he sort of made out with Molly, and his argument is that, I was being tested, and it's like, what, you're not at school, you're not writing an exam, why are you being tested, what are you being tested for? So I think it was interesting that Danny was the one who was giving them advice, and Luca was nowhere to be found. Given the fact that he's Mr. Nice Guy, I would have expected him to be the one pacifying his friend and sort of advising him on what to do. He did sort of come here and there, but mostly it was Danny sort of playing go between Paige and Jax. So they did have a conversation. I think Jax tried to sort of brush it off in the way he spoke to her, that, you're single, I'm single, so it is what it is. And when he realized it wasn't working, he then tried to sort of use to guilt her into forgiving him. And when that didn't work, he then took Dami's advice and tried to apologize to see if that would work. I think he's just throwing anything and everything. And I think he likes the fact that he can manipulate Paige to his will, and this is why he wants her back. And if nothing else, I think Paige, if she's that serious and she thinks this is something that's serious, she should have a conversation with Gemma and actually find out what actually went wrong. Because from Gemma's facial expressions, you can tell that this is nothing new to her. Jax's behavior is something that she's used to, and his attitude, and so she's not surprised at the way he's treating Paige. And so it's sad that Paige doesn't seem to realize that this might not be the guy for her. In the end, we just left it at a standstill. They're sort of at an impasse, and I think this is why Jay has told China that he wants them to be friends, because I think he thinks if Paige breaks up with Jax, he wants to be available in order for him to jump in, and that's a bad move on his part. I can see him going home for that, because he hasn't had any standout, storylines so far, or standout scenes that would make the audience want to keep him. With Jax, I think they're most likely going to use this drama to keep them on, because people will want them to come back together and be a couple. So I think chances of them going home are very slim. Luca and Gemma, I think, as I've said before, Luca's looking at the long game. And sadly, Gemma is a different person with him, because we did see her sort of interact with Billy. They were chatting, they were, playing games, and they were sort of flirting to some extent. And you could see Gemma laughing and opening up. And then as soon as Luca called her aside to sort of have a conversation that I don't like what's going on between you and Billy, she became annoyed with him. And it's like every scene you see her with, look, she's annoyed with him. Whether he's trying to kiss her or he's trying to make out with her, she's always annoyed with him. So I don't understand that relationship, as I've said. I really don't see why people are hyping it up as, the best relationship in the villa. I think it's a very controlling and a very mind game-ish type of relationship, in the sense that Luca doesn't want Gemma, talking to anyone. He doesn't want her sort of thinking of anyone. He wants to be the center of focus, I think, because he's looking at the long game. He wants to be in the finale, standing beside Gemma, and that's it. I think it started off with him wanting to steal Gemma away from Davide, because Davide had stolen her away from Liam. But I think now it's all about endgame, and his goal is to get to the final week with Gemma by his side and win the prize, and whatever benefits come with that. And at the end of the show, from there, there was Danica and Josh. We barely saw them. They seem happy in themselves. They seem drama free, and I hope they stay that way. I hope they're saved by the public. India and Deji, we didn't really see. We saw them in the background, but we didn't hear any of their conversations, which is sad, really. I wish we'd heard their conversations. Although we did see India sort of have a conversation with Dami, because Dami had been avoiding India. I think his feelings were hurt by the fact that she came back with somebody else, and he seems like a stand-up guy that she actually brought back. And so I don't know whether he's sort of trying to suss out to see if Deji's competition for him or not. And I think his Dami's conversation with Paige is what brought him to have a conversation with India, because he was avoiding India. We didn't see Dami and Summer at any point. We did see Summer, but we didn't see her interact with Dami. And they had a conversation, which I think they both understand the fact that they still want to date. They're not 100% in their relationship, but they still like each other. And I think it's a matter of them seeing what to do next. I really hope Deji and Summer don't go home because of Dami and India. If Dami and India are going to get back together, that's fine. I hope Deji and Summer come together, or they both find somebody else, if these two are going to make it work. But either way, I think they're better off with their new coupling. So I think India's better off with Deji, and Demi is better off with Summer. I wish they would focus on those relationships and find a way forward. And then Billy and Tash, we really didn't see much of them interacting. I think Billy brings out a playful side in Tash, and I think she's happy with that, and she likes that about it. Coco is with Andrew, and I think Andrew, seeing Tash back, brought his feelings back up. And I think most of the guys were hurt when they saw the girls come back, because this is not what they expected of them. I think they thought the girls would come back single and find them with somebody else, and then the boys would have the opportunity to make a choice of who they wanted between the two. And when that didn't work out, this is why most of the guys are in their feelings. Because Tash had a conversation with Andrew. Andrew said, I only chose Coco because I was upset with you. I only kissed her because I was upset with you. That was his excuse. But then I have to give it to Coco. And I have to give it to Tash, because it seems Andrew likes drama queens, in the sense that when they both saw that they weren't getting their way, they both used tears to try and get sympathy. Because Tash was told that, I did kiss her a couple of times and that was it. And then Andrew, she seemed upset by it and sort of said, I only kissed, Billy once and that was it. And I was bringing him here. I understand Andrew saying, I wanted to explore other connections. But the fact that he was now... and I understand him saying, but you've been exploring with all the guys that have come in, and suddenly for you to go to Kasamo and come back with Billy, it doesn't make sense. I chose Coco because I was upset. What was your excuse for choosing Billy? So that does make sense. But then I don't get why they're all so upset, because now Andrew's sleeping outside because Tash is upset with him. And I have to give it to Coco, because Coco was a woman scorned, so she let it all out and told everybody, he's been kissing my tits, he's been doing this, that, and the other. And suddenly he's telling me he did that because he was upset. That can't be true. And she ran and she told Andrew and left him with no choice but to tell to tell Tasha, because I think in her opinion, Coco thought, if I can't have Andrew, then no one else is having him. And that's why she went all out and she, said what she said and stood by it. So I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be entertaining. And Davide and Ekin-su, we barely saw much of them. For me, I think they're just playing it until the end of the show, and to see how far they can push it. And then once the show ends, chances are they might use it just for to maybe get money. But after that, that's it. And I think that's everyone. The only thing I didn't like though is I didn't like the way the original or the villa team are treating the Casa more sort of islanders, in the sense that in the morning normally the girls would go and sit out together, and you find the girls from the original girls from the villa are sitting amongst themselves, and the new girls are being left alone. And it's so sad that they don't need to isolate them that much. At least it's not their fault. They came into this, had an opportunity the same way everybody else did. It's not like they came in and took somebody's boyfriend away and said, oh, and did it out of spite. Yeah, Coco might have, let the cat out of the bag out of spite, but still, I think there should be a more cohesive sort of movement, in the sense the boys are doing the same. The three boys from Casa are more on their own, and then the other six guys are on their own, and it's just like, why really? We don't need that. Try and sort of function as a unit. We know there are going to be friendships within the group, but try and not make it so obvious that other people sort of feel isolated. But anyway, that's me. I digress. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you next time. Bye.